You guys want to know the reality of being a YouTuber? More times than not, things are just not gonna work. So you may have clicked on the video, seeing the thumbnail, thinking that, this was gonna be some deep, thoughtful video. And if I'm gonna be honest, no, I didn't know what else to make the thumbnail. I don't know how long today's video is gonna be. Basically, I'm gonna fill you guys in on what's going on in my life right now as I try to download a Game Boy Advance emulator so we can play some Pokemon. Basically, when I record my console footage, usually I'm sitting over there on my futon, you can see the PC in the background, and I have this thing called an HDMI splitter. It's this thing where I put one HDMI plug into the thing and then it shoots out to two different directions. So I literally have a 30-foot HDMI cable. It runs back here to my PC and it runs into my OBS, so then it can, record the footage. And then I also have one that goes on my TV, obviously, so then I can, see it. Well, unfortunately, I've had the same splitter for like 2 years now, and I'm surprised that it even lasted this long. I mean, it was one of those like cheapo ones off of Amazon. Basically, a really weird thing happened this morning. I know the HDMI splitter is just dead. I've done everything that I can to try to fix it. It'll support like one HDMI out, but then when I try to do another one, it won't work. So I can plug one in, and as you can see right now, like it's going to my TV, but if I plug the other one in, it won't go anywhere, and vice versa. So if I want to put one in to go to my OBS, it'll do that, but then it won't go to my TV. And my computer isn't really that good, and if you know anything about how OBS is and trying to record off of a capture card, you're not going to be playing good at all when it comes to like that kind of input delay. So I guess if anything, I'm just kind of making this video to tell you guys, look, I don't really know what the content is going to be looking like for the next couple of days. I mean, I can try to record off of my PC, which is why like I'm not showing you guys any of this, because I don't know if I'm with YouTube's TOS and stuff, and plus I don't want to get in trouble for like, showing emulators or downloading ROMs. I mean, I already have the ROMs. I just have to download an emulator, because I usually, when I do emulation, I do it on my phone, because for those of you that don't know, I really don't like playing PC games. I don't like being hunched over my PC. Like, I have to sit here long enough as is on a day-to-day basis to make these videos for you guys. So I'd rather just, if I'm gonna emulate, I'd rather just do it on my phone. But anyways, yeah, I'm thinking that for the next couple of days, at least until I can, like, get another HDMI splitter in, we'll probably just be doing some random, like, emulation videos, like old Pokemon videos. Right now in the background, again, I don't know if I'm allowed to show it to you guys, but I'm just downloading some emulators. I know I probably should have done this before recording the video, but it is what it is. Well, we're just, you know what? My morning's just been a little rough as is, so we'll just chill and talk for a bit. So many people in the emulation scene are always talking about RetroArch. Dude, I cannot stand RetroArch. That thing is overly complex for no reason. Like, I have no problem navigating the menus. Like, I understand everything in the menus and the settings. It's just that they make everything so overly complex. If you're gonna use RetroArch, just use Limeroid. Personally, I'm not even much of an emulation guy anyway. Like, I don't support the way that most people emulate, where like, they're like ripping ROMs off the internet left, right, and center. But for me, the thing is, like, if I'm gonna play a game and if I have the funds to buy a game, like, as long as it isn't over MSRP, I will purchase the physical version of that game. But my exception is whenever there's like older tech or older games or whatever, like for example, the Pokemon games that we're about to play, dog, if they're like $500 on eBay, then yeah, I'm gonna emulate it because I love Pokemon and I want to play Pokemon. But otherwise, yeah, I'm all about like physical games, physical media. Like I always purchase physical games if it's an option, as long as it isn't over MSRP. But the minute that game is over MSRP and I don't have a way to like play it physically, I'm emulating it. Game Loop just opened. I forgot that I even had Game Loop. Hey man, we could play some mobile games for the next couple. Oh my god, there it is. There is the game. I don't know if Game Loop is legal either, so I don't know if I could show this, but Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, so I downloaded the emulator and now it's not even opening. Why is nothing working today? Is this cursed? Is everything in my setup just cursed? Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, the emulator that I just downloaded. Oh wait, what the heck? So wait, why? Hold on. I already have Game Loop. So I went through their website for no reason. I could have just used the software that I literally already have installed. I swear I have a pebble brain sometimes. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm really smart when it comes to, like, technology and, just all this stuff. But sometimes I overly complicate things to an extent that I definitely don't need to. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Do you guys play Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue? Okay, so I spent that entire time scrolling through Game Loop, and now it's saying that I need to install an update. Like, why does everything need updates nowadays, man? But while we're talking about emulation and sitting here waiting for this thing to download, again, I wish I could show you this guy. I know I keep saying it, but I really wish I could show you guys this stuff. Instead, you've just been stuck looking at this ugly mug. I bought this thing for my DS a while ago because DS is another one of those systems where, like, if I can buy the games physically, like, as you can see, I have multiple physical games here. Like, I will buy them physically if I can, if they're under MSRP. But when you're asking me to drop, like, I don't know, like $120 on Pokemon Black for a loose copy, And yeah, that's where I'm willing to emulate and, get R4 cards. Now, granted, I know I could have just got my own R4 card, but, I found this thing on sale on Amazon for like $8 or $10 or something like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get that and see what this is like. I mean, I'm still going to be getting my own R4 card here soon because there's plenty of DS games that I want to be able to just like put on here that like I want to choose that aren't on any of these like cards that come with games preloaded. It's like a 208-in-1 thing. I'm sure you guys have seen this before if you know anything about like, emulation and R4 cards and all that other stuff. But anyway, yeah, it's got like all the Pokemon games and like a bunch of like the Final Fantasy games and like Zelda and Mario and stuff, and it literally just goes on and on. And there's also a bunch of those like movie licensed tie-in games that were coming out around that time. And let me just say, maybe I'm biased because I grew up during like the early to mid 2000s and such, but like I miss those licensed tie-in games. Those were actually like always really fun, and sometimes we got some absolute bangers out of it, like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom or the SpongeBob movie tie-in game. And then there was like the Shrek games. You may think I'm kidding, but like the Shrek games are actually pretty dope. And then like all the Disney ones, like Finding Nemo and Cars and Ratatouille, like all of those were actually really sick. As I was saying before, I know I could get some more mileage out of like my emulation if I would go on PC, but again, the only like anything that I can do on PC, I can literally do on my phone. Like any console I would want to emulate, I can do on my phone. And even then, the only consoles that PC has a leg up on over what I can already do on my phone, because my phone is pretty capable, would be like PS3, which I already have a PS3, and there's not that many like rare or overpriced games for PS3 yet. Original Xbox, but again, original Xbox, I already have one of those, and it's so cheap to like get games for it. There's barely any that are overpriced, and even at that point, there's other ways to get it running on that hardware, you know what I mean? But otherwise, like even like Dolphin emulator, you can run in your phone at this point. I'm pretty excited for it to come in the mail, so like pretend that this is like the case for it. Basically, I'm sure you guys have seen them before, but it's one of those controllers. It's sort of like a Switch, I guess you could say, where like the phone would go in like the holder, and then there's like the controllers on the sides, and you can like expand it to fit with your phone. It's pretty cool. This thing is just stuck here installing. It's been saying that it's installing now. Please wait patiently. I've seen people play games like online emulators before. Let me see if we can play Pokemon in the browser, because I've been wanting to do this the whole video. I've been waiting for things to install. I'll have to like go through and install a bunch of emulators later. If only Android and Windows were more one-to-one. Usually, when you think of stuff like that, when it comes to like transferring ROMs, usually you'd have to go from like Windows to phone, just because that's how most people would do it. But for me, I'd be going from like phone to PC. I've never tried emulating games online, just because like at that point, man, the emulators literally are like kilobytes. Well, the ROMs are at the very least. I mean, the emulators themselves are usually only like 8 to 10 megabytes, but like the ROMs are only like a couple kilobytes. I'm like, dude, I'll just install it. All right, we got some of the controls here. Oh no, it completely went off the screen. Okay, so we got, wait, how do I see what my controls, can I hook in like an Xbox One controller? That's why I've had this around my neck the whole time. I know it probably looked really bad, me just sitting there with a cord around my neck, but that's what I was waiting for, so I could plug it in and play the game. I was really trying to wait to be able to install that emulator, but this is taking too long. I want to be able to play some games in this video. I'm a gaming YouTuber after all. Enjoy the epic Pokemon Red. This is an awesome game, but you can't. Okay, well, is there a way for me to like use my controller in this? Whoa, look at that. We can full screen it. Am I able to use my controller? Oh, I think that we can use the controller. Hopefully you guys have audio. I don't have audio. Oh yes, now I do have audio. My controller works too. Hello there. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Yes, Dude, I've seen this intro so many times. Pokemon Red is one of my most replayed games of all time. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Pro. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name? My name, you know what? We'll just go with the classic. We'll call him Ash. Right, so your name is Ash. It sure is. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since, let's just get past the dialogue. Let's pick our starters and go do some fights. It's crazy that there's probably a bunch of kids that play Pokemon nowadays. They got like Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and they're like looking at this like, what? This was Pokemon? But yeah, growing up, this is what we played back in the day, man. Pokemon Red, this was... Oh man, the controls are actually pretty solid too. Okay, they make you use the D-pad, which is good. I would hate to try to... I mean, like, controlling this with an analog stick probably wouldn't be bad, but when I play old school games like this, I always use the D-pad. I'll have to try to figure out some better camera angles, because I'm sure this is a little iffy right now, but here we are, man. I want to cry. This is so much nostalgia right here, dude. I love Pokemon Red so much. This is probably... It's definitely nostalgia bias, but I must say, this is my favorite Pokemon. Oh no, I'm tearing up. Hi, Ash. Is out at Grandpa's lap. I want y'all to let me know in the comments. In Pokemon Red, which starter do you pick? Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Ash. There are 3 Pokemon here. Aha, they are inside the Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. In my old age, I have only 3 left, but you can have 1. Choose. If I'm gonna be honest, in Pokemon Red, when it comes to my starter, I don't know why, I gravitate towards Charmander, okay? I love Charmander. So, you want the Fire Pokemon? Yes, I do. Fire Pokemon it's probably one of my favorite types in Pokemon, period. Yes, I will take Charmander. This Pokemon is really energetic. Astral Seed to Charmander. You want to give a nickname to Charmander? No, usually I don't give nicknames to my Pokemon. I like leaving them as, like, their default names. Anyway, I'm probably gonna wrap things up here. I just wanted to at least, like, try recording on my PC, because I haven't tried recording anything on my PC in a while, so I just wanted to make sure that this would at least work. By the time I make another video, aka tomorrow, I'll have some more emulators downloaded, and then, I don't know, we'll just go through, play some retro games for the next couple of days. I'm gonna order my new HDMI splitter, or I'm at least gonna try to fix out the other one, but I don't think there's any way that I'll be able to fix the other one. If I can get it to work, then tomorrow we'll be all back to normal, but if not, I'll order it, and I'll keep you guys updated, and hopefully I'll be able to hit you guys with, like, Call of Duty videos and stuff like that again here soon, but hopefully you guys are looking forward to this little journey down nostalgia lane. For those of you that don't know, my first game that I played literally ever was Donkey Kong Country on the SNES, so needless to say, you know, I love this era of gaming, you know, I love retro games in general. So hey, who knows, maybe this HDMI splitter thing breaking was a blessing in disguise, because now I could share the joy of retro gaming because I know a lot of my viewers are a bit younger and they are familiar with games like this, so it'll be pretty cool to share the joy and share the love with y'all. Anyway, yeah, this is, it's the reality of being a YouTuber. Stuff just always breaks and it never works. But anyway, as always, massive shout out to the patrons and channel members. Thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and an even bigger shout out thank you to all of you in the big baller tier, Mellow Lasking and Big Daddy Manny, and the biggest shout out thank you all to all of you in the G tier, Run of Vengeance and Little Cheese Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Sorry again for the totally random upload. Obviously, I had to record something, so yeah, this was a video. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.